Hey, today we are talking about Trump's 60 Minutes interview, SNAP benefits possibly being funded, and much more. Stay tuned. Oh, hi, hello, welcome back to Even More News, the first and only news podcast. My name is Katy Stoll.
Yeah, it is. It's so Katy Stoll. That's such your name. Oh, I got one too. It's Cody Johnston. Let's dance.
Let's dance with Jonathan, who is also here.
Hi.
I just wanted to shout out real quick an adorable family that went as the Some More News team for Halloween. Love this from Hawa 11 style with a 3 at the end on Blue Sky. And I'm so honored. Thank you.
It's a great costume. The Warmbo is so funny. The Warmbo makeup.
Perfection.
What a cute, monstrous creation.
For listeners, the father is Cody, the mother is Katy, wearing a Some More News shirt. This adorable daughter is Warmbo. And then in this Blue Sky post, it said, and Leo as Jonathan. And they just have a dog in front of them who has a large red erection at the time of the photo.
Sure does.
So thank you.
It's pretty incredible.
They saved it. They were waiting. It's like, are you ready? You ready for the photo? Okay, now's the time. Now's the time.
Other things happened over the weekend besides Halloween, and guess what? We're here to discuss it.
President Trump went on 60 Minutes, the show he sued and got money from for editing a show. He went on, he had an interview with Norah O'Donnell. Many highlights here. The one I want to start with that I find just so incredibly fascinating is about him and who he pardons and why. I'll let Norah O'Donnell set it up.
He pled guilty in 2023 to violating anti-money laundering laws. Right. The government at the time said that CZ had caused significant harm to U.S. national security, essentially by allowing terrorist groups like Hamas to move millions of dollars around. Why did you pardon him?
Okay, are you ready? I don't know who he is. I know he got a 4-month sentence or something like that, and I heard it was a Biden witch hunt.
In 2025, his crypto exchange Binance helped facilitate a $2 billion purchase of World Liberty Financial's stablecoin. And then you pardoned CZ. How do you address the appearance of pay for play?
Well, here's the thing. I know nothing about it because I'm too busy doing the other.
But he got a
only
pardon.
tell you that.
But he got a
no,
pardon.
I can only tell you this. My sons are into it. I'm glad they are because it's probably a great industry, crypto. I think it's good. You know, they're running a business. They're not in government.
Who amongst us hasn't pardoned a criminal because our sons are into it? He's just a good dad,
sweet boys.
y'all.
My sweet boys
sweet
love it.
boys. This is my last chance to have a relationship with my adult children. Don't you understand?
Just the whole thing, every step of the way, he just it just says in so many different ways about so many different things. I don't know. All right, brace yourself. I don't know about so many things. He makes it clear he doesn't know what crypto is or like Bitcoin or what his sons are doing or why.
He does though, but he does, right?
I mean, we have to hope or assume a little bit, but the way he phrased
knows it makes him money.
Said
he doesn't know what it is.
Yeah, he's like, I assume it's a good thing, right?
It makes him money. Of course it's a good thing.
How could he be a criminal? It made me money.
He just clearly has not been informed that for months now, he's brought it up here and there, but for months now, Republican politicians and pundits have been all in on Biden was so out of it. He didn't know what pardons he was signing, what executive orders he was signing. They had the auto pen do it, and we should throw that all out. And now on national television, he's like, well, my fail sons tell me who to pardon with my presidential pardon power.
I don't buy that, though. I don't buy it because he himself has pushed the auto pen. I've maybe he doesn't know the extent to which that conversation has gone on, but he's talked about the auto pen. I just think it doesn't matter in his goddamn rotten brain.
But I think he thinks since I signed it, like they put a bunch of papers in front of me and I signed it, so it's not a scandal. But the line that all of these other guys have is like, well, he was so out of it, he doesn't know anything. Like, I believe that Trump doesn't know who this guy is. Yeah.
He views it as, well, there's a tangible thing about this scandal. There's the auto pen, because there's a physical thing or something I can point to. That's the scandal, and I'm going to say auto pen over and over and over again. It's not like, Biden dropped out. Trump should drop out of life in public office. He's losing it. But to him, it's like, well, there's not a thing I can point to. There's not a phrase. There's not the act of this signing is the scandal part. And so he's viewing anything else as yeah, of course I don't really know what's going on. That's why I'm the president. I don't have to. I can just it's autopilot is fine. The auto pen is the problem.
Yeah.
It seems.
Also, I don't buy it that he doesn't know. At the end of the day, I don't know who he is. Are you ready for this? I don't know him. I don't buy it. I don't.
Do.
I actually. You do? See, I just.
Yeah, I don't think he knows
that's
who
the
he
thing. Is it? I think that he can. I think left and right, you're seeing. Mike Johnson, Donald Trump. Everybody gets up in front of camera and says, "I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about it." What do you know about?
He knows stuff about other stuff. But I think that the Mike Johnson thing is a phenomenon unique to everybody around Trump, right? If Trump does a thing that's bad, or he says something that's bad, or anything, they can say, "Well, I haven't seen that. I don't go on Twitter all day." All right, that's president stuff. I don't go on Twitter all day. I can ignore that. But Trump himself can function as the bad president and be incurious and not be super plugged in. And if his sons are you gotta pardon this guy because there's money involved, he'll say, okay. And he's not gonna look into who that guy is. Or he's just said so many times already, they're I don't know, Binance, what coin something? I just think he doesn't care.
It's not a hill I'm gonna die on, but either option, either explanation is absurd and ridiculous from the president of the United States.
He's a silly guy.
I could see your point of view. I can also, I don't know. But it is all the time. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I don't know. You should ask my AG. You should ask so-and-so. What do you know then if you don't know anything? Another thing very important to note about this, which we already did a little bit, note it. Mm-hmm. This interview was very, very heavily edited. And we know that because there's a transcript that does not match what aired. And maybe I'm losing my mind or something, but didn't he sue CBS specifically for an edited interview of Kamala Harris?
I don't know anything about that.
You don't know anything about that?
You haven't seen the interview?
Okay, then maybe
I
not.
haven't seen it.
I feel like he might.
Ow. I just hit my tooth with my glass straw.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
They don't talk about that with the straw situation. They don't talk about the dangers.
I think he might sue CBS again. See, they edited Kamala Harris because they edited it to make her look better. And if he looks bad in this, they cut out all the best stuff. So they edited it to make me look bad. So,
but they cut out a lot of bad stuff.
They cut out bad stuff.
Of course, but he doesn't care. And it's not like just because Barry Weiss runs the place now and he's like, I don't know her. I hear she's great. I hear she's a great person. I think he might still sue them. Do you want to watch him talking about Mamdani?
Zorhan Mamdani, 34-year-old Democratic socialist. He's the front
communist, not socialist, communist. He's far worse than a socialist.
Some people have compared him to a left-wing version of you, charismatic, breaking the old rules. What do you think about that?
Well, I think I'm a much better looking person than him, right?
She pronounced his name wrong. She said Zorhan. That's not how you pronounce his name, but whatever. You're just on the news. It's so funny to know that all you have to do about a guy to ask the president something. It's like, people actually compare him to you because of your amazing qualities. What do you have to say about him? And he has to be like, well, I'm more handsome and stuff, but we should move on. Because he knows, I got to attack this guy. But you just complimented me, actually. You just made me think that maybe he's got something to him. Also, he's not a communist. Trump.
No, he's not.
Not a
Trump?
communist.
He's
I'm
not a
surprised he didn't
communist?
say Sharia law in that section. I'm surprised.
Didn't he also endorse Cuomo in this?
He said if it has to be between like a bad Democrat and a communist, choose the bad Democrat.
Hopefully that works against him. Because what Democratic voter wants to do what the president says?
Is Trump being cheeky where he's like, well, I'm better looking than this young,
Probably.
good-looking, charismatic 34-year-old, right?
Yeah, he's doing it's that little glimmer of like, oh, in a different context, you'd be like a charming guy. You'd know what to say. You'd be like, I'm actually much more handsome than him. Knowing full well, like, no, this is a young, good-looking guy, and you're Mr. Blobman. Like, what are you talking about?
You've
You're
never
melting.
been more handsome at any point in your life.
But I just think it's so funny. It's like, yeah, you can't vote for the communist. Ah, he's worse than a socialist. Like, many people say he's charismatic and bucking trends like you, sir. He's like, well, there's much to consider, actually. He might be a trend bucker.
Election is tomorrow. Election is today when you see this.
Yeah.
Few
get out and
minutes. I can't imagine that anybody watching this in New York will have not voted or wasn't planning to vote. But if so, here's one little extra bit of encouragement to go ahead and do so. Hakeem Jeffries over the weekend, when asked by a reporter, said that Mamdani was not the future of the Democrat Party, and I think this is our opportunity to prove them wrong.
Do you see Mamdani as the future of the Democratic Party?
No, I think the future of the Democratic Party is going to fall, as far as we're concerned, relative to the House Democratic Caucus and members who are doing a great work all across the country as it relates to our need to both take back control of the House, but in doing so, make sure that we're communicating to the American people like, we understand you deserve better.
Just endorse, stand behind the overwhelmingly popular young populace that is gaining traction, that has captured the imagination and the hearts of the minds of this country. No, he's not the future of the Democrat Party.
Well, he's scary. I mean, maybe the future of the Democratic Party can be many things. And maybe
it can be many things.
It's one of those things like, okay, I get it, because you're like, oh, he's like a far lefty. We don't want to do this. We don't do anything. We don't want to take a stand. Maybe the future of the Democratic Party can be simply accepting that there is a wing of the Democratic Party that is that. And they're accepted within the Democratic Party. Always this talk of like big tent. Okay, but like, ideologically, like, you can have a left wing of this party and not denigrate it constantly and dismiss them constantly and try to kick them out constantly. He's the mayor. It is a signal that there is an aspect of the Democratic Party that does lean that way, and they should be accepted instead of rejected. Even if you're not saying,
Cody.
well, actually, we're gonna do all Mamdani things now. Just accept them.
Does it need to be the future of the Democratic Party in terms of who's our presidential candidate? Because he can't run for president, which is actually a very beautiful thing. That means that this is the person that is going to try to be mayor of this city. And that is awesome. And it's not a
consider all the
stepping
president
stone.
things, yeah.
But to your point, yes, the future of the Democratic Party should be embracing and respecting the significant part of your coalition that is just about fed up, and we're only voting for them because they're not Donald Trump. We need more than that. And this country needs more than that. We need this so that hopefully the Democrats can start to understand where their power actually lies.
Yeah, it shows a weakness of, I think, leadership and coalition building in Jeffries, that he had to be so emphatically, no, he's not the future of the Democratic Party. Simply say he is part of the future of the Democratic Party. Because he clearly is. He clearly is.
Exactly.
So if you're going to reject reality, then you're just going to come off as out of touch and not fit for leadership of the Democratic Party.
Which is shocking from Hakeem Jeffries to come off as out of touch.
I know.
It's true. Like, Hakeem Jeffries' brand of bland aloofness might be the future of the Democratic Party. I hope not, but he might be right.
He might be. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of Zorhan Mamdani, as Cuomo might say, brief quote from fan favorite Bill Maher about Mom Donnie. I just think it's so interesting how his mind works about Mom Donnie, because obviously he's too far left and he's like a creepy, like wild socialist and so on. We can't have that. Quote, he definitely has the power and influence to elect J.D. Vance or whoever is the Republican candidate next time. It is a walking commercial for the Republican Party nationally. Trump's the president. He already won. What are you talking about? Trump is the president and J.D. Vance is the vice president. You can't make them be more the president. You can't, well, now that Mom Donnie's mayor, now they're going to elect somebody crazy like Donald Trump. What are you talking about? It already happened, Bill. Get with the program.
And in the new CNN poll, Donald Trump has more disapproval, higher disapproval than he did after January 6th.
What?
Yeah, new CNN poll has 37% approval, 63% disapproval. Highest of either term at any point. Like,
that's hot and
unpopular
spicy.
guy.
Oh, gosh.
Run for a third term, I guess. But no one likes your shit.
Speaks very poorly about her.
37% of people do, by which I mean no one.
I mean, it's going to get to that 32%. It's that cult number.
He definitely has a floor, and it's in the 30s. I don't think he would ever get to Bush 2008 numbers. I mean, we'll see when this AI bubble.
I was going to say, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It's one of those things where
it's bursting.
You hope it does not happen for people's livelihoods, but that's the kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's already
thing that gives you those numbers.
Right. It's already. I mean, if he's already so disapproved of, purely on character, following through, and the tariffs, obviously, and the ICE raids, and sending in the National Guard, all the lawlessness, all the things we could say, and he's out there being like, actually, grocery prices they're low now. They're lowering. The prices are going down. She's like, no, they're not. It's like, no, I say no, they're not. The prices are down. So if he's that low in all of that, then just like the economy just shouldn't get, but it would have to get slightly worse for it to be terrible for him.
I love seeing when MAGA people reply to his grocery prices are down truth socials, and they go, sir, I don't know who's giving you this information, but it's not true. You are omniscient, you know everything, you're like a god, but people are telling you lies about the grocery prices, and I guess you're believing them. In this one instance, you're wrong. In everything else, you can do no wrong. But please, sir, like, we're struggling. Grocery prices are up. Gas prices are up. Everything's up. You said you would do it on day one. I still love you. I still love you. I still love you. I still love you.
It's embarrassing and sad. Tough business.
Speaking of the government taking away people's stuff, is that a thing?
Yeah, it is apparently a thing.
Well, the administration in court filings on Monday morning, the Trump administration is agreeing to fund some SNAP benefits during the shutdown. They say they are going to tap one contingency fund, but they're not going to follow what District Court Judge Jack McConnell said, which was that they should use money from the child nutrition programs and dip into the tariff revenue to pay out SNAP benefits. And so it's definitely
I thought that revenue was supposed to come back to us.
Well, what's unclear, because this news just came out, it's unclear to me because there were two judges last week that said, you got to release the SNAP thing. And this one, the one in Rhode Island, Jack McConnell, at first was like, you got to do it immediately and it's got to be all of the benefits. And then they said, well, it's tough because there's the tubes where we send the money. And so they said, okay, you have until Monday to give me an answer on this. But he did say the full funds. So it's unclear to me right now if the Trump administration is still in open violation of this order or if they'll have to give some other response on Wednesday, which is like the next day of these deadlines. Like the judges are like, okay, you can't do stuff immediately. Let's give you these deadlines. People got to eat. So it's definitely good that people are going to get some of their benefits. But this is 1 in 8. This is 42 million people.
It's
so partial's not good enough,
significantly
frankly.
Impacting so many communities, especially, I mean, everywhere, but rural communities, red state communities, my community that I live in. I said this last week. Everyone is organizing right now and doing food drives to try to mitigate the damage from this. I am confused. Yes, like you laid out, there were two rulings happening really in short, little bit of almost consecutively. And there's this $5.25 billion contingency fund, but then there's this other one that has about $23 billion, and I believe that's earmarked under agriculture or something. Do you have any idea which fund that they're pulling partial benefits out of? One of these funds has enough money to cover it for sure. It's about $6 to $8 billion a month to do these benefits.
I think they are agreeing to pull from that original contingency fund that everyone's been saying to do so. But since it hasn't been fully funded for a while and they want to take it away and the big beautiful bill strips a bunch of it away, the judge was like, hey, here's a bunch of other sources of money. Also, to quote Trump a decade ago, you can't run out of money. We print the money. So I hate to tell you, which is what he said back then.
All a game. It's all a fucking game with people's actual lives. Why wouldn't he want to fund this? Be the hero. Why wouldn't he?
Democrats get a win.
Democrats get a win, and they're also proven correct.
Yes.
That they don't need to reopen the government in order for these benefits to be paid out.
Starve the base
the whole thing
to own the libs.
Right. The whole thing for like 2 weeks has been like, well, it's Democrats' fault that you're not going to snap. Like, there's nothing we can do about it. And there are literally people on like CNN and MSNBC being like, no, that's not the situation. They have this emergency fund. They can fund it right now. They should be. That's what it's for. And if they do it, then Democrats are right.
Their argument was it's actually not legal for us to release these funds. So we'd love to, but the president doesn't want to break the law by doing it. And then the judges say, not only is it not illegal, you must do it legally. And then they have to huddle and be like, do we want to appeal the ruling and say, actually, it is illegal for us to feed American citizens? Usually Republicans are used to kind of like putting the screws on Democrats where it's a lose-lose. And this one feels like a lose-lose for them if they see it as a loss to give Democrats a win to feed people. Like, that's how brutally awful they are.
Short, very simple government lesson. Congress made the laws and they know what it is and what the money's for because they're in charge of deciding what the money's for historically. Maybe not so much recently. And then the president and his executive branch will execute on those laws, and then the judge will interpret the laws, and that's what happened here. And the interpretation was, no, you're executing the law incorrectly, so you got to do that. You got to go do that. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if civics holds.
Okay, so Scott Adams is the Dilbert cartoonist, far right guy.
Dilbert's dad.
Dilbert's dad.
I have to get the timeline right on this because there's a bunch of tweets. But essentially, he was saying that he has metastasized prostate cancer, was having trouble getting the treatment that he wanted from Kaiser of Northern California, and started asking powerful people in the administration for help. Because that's how American healthcare works now, is you just tweet the president.
Know the president. Or know a guy who knows the president.
And so Don Jr., I think, pretty quickly said, like, I'm on it. We're going to get to this. But a whole bunch of them were like, we're going to get this in front of Trump.
RFK hopped in.
Yeah, RFK. To be like, what a great guy Trump is. He'll get you individually healthcare if you reach out to him. But it's not certainly systemic.
If you're a famous right-wing figure,
there you go,
and successful cartoonist, perhaps one of the most successful in American history.
Okay, don't go too far.
I mean, in terms of the popularity of Dilbert, the comic strip.
Sure.
You got Garfield,
I know.
You got Dilbert, you got Peanuts. Like, it's, I'm not saying.
He didn't write. Did he write Garfield and Peanuts? No. I'm joking. I'm sorry.
But if you're that guy, if you got a pool shaped like Dilbert's head, then you can tweet at Chamath and RFK, and then they'll connect you with the president.
Got in on this, yeah.
I want people to get the health care that they need. I'm not saying it's been pleasant to deal with Kaiser of Northern California. That said, what are we talking about here? You can just, if you're his buddy, you can go on Twitter and tweet and get life-saving intervention. But the rest of us, what happens next? Are we all just going to tweet at the president what we need, our medications?
Yeah.
Like this? This is how we
exactly
tweet.
like that. That's how it used to work. And that's now we got it. We got if you know the king.
In the future,
then-
we'll all of our hands will fuse back into penguin flippers, and that's what.
and we'll just
reduced
speaking of Chamath, I have to bring this up real quick.
Do you have to?
I do have to actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to mention something about Chamath real quick. So Chamath, he hopped in and he's like, "Hey, Scott Adams, famous cartoonist," in reply to RFK Jr. Hey, RFK Jr., I've connected Scott with Trump and we got it. So there's this position he has. He recently had, I believe, was it Buttigieg was on the All In podcast?
He was on the All In podcast, and apparently he was such a dick.
Buttigieg was?
No.
Oh, Chamath. Oh yeah.
I didn't catch it.
That's the All In. I saw one clip. I saw a couple clips, and one of them he's talking about immigration and like anti-immigrant sentiment and racism in America and stuff. And I found this so fascinating because he's saying that like, well, after 9/11, I was more worried about my safety after 9/11 in the political climate then than I am now, right?
Okay.
And so after 9/11, you were like in your early 20s and not like a billionaire. So like it's just like one of those things like the day before he's tweeting at RFK and the president to like get some famous guy healthcare. He's like, I'm just not worried about my safety these days. I was back.
I wonder why.
Before like all of my incredible success and fortune. And I don't know why that is. I don't know. That's so interesting that I feel so much more safe now that I'm a billionaire as opposed to right after 9/11 when I wasn't.
I mean, also right after 9/11, sure, that's...
Yeah, right after 9/11 was bad. Maybe it's bad that now during a mayoral campaign, we have all these people being like, they're going to do 9/11 at us again because the mayor is going to be Muslim. Maybe that's part of the bad part of 9/11 too.
I'm like obviously, yeah, very
Connect
bad
these two
to be
moments a little bit
brown
more.
after 9/11, but you would think that would give you empathy for people having fear in this moment of time. Instead, you just say, no, it's not nearly as bad now because I'm a billionaire. Duh.
Here is Elon Musk on the Joe Rogan Experience.
No, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
The music's disturbing because it's my favorite music now. Like
AI music is your favorite.
Oh, there's AI covers. Have you ever heard any of the AI covers of 50 Cent songs in soul?
No.
I'm going to blow your mind.
Okay.
This is my favorite thing to do to people. Play What Up Gangsta. Now, this guy, if this was a real person, would be the #1 music artist in the world.
Okay.
Everybody would be like, holy shit, have you heard of this guy?
Yeah.
He's it's like they took all of the sounds that all of the artists have generated and created the most soulful, potent voice, and it's sung in a way that I don't even know if you could do because you would have to breathe in and out of reps. Here, put the headphones on. Put the headphones on real quick.
Okay.
You got to listen to this. It's going to blow you away.
For the listeners, we got to cut it out.
Yeah, we'll cut it out for the listeners. But amazing, right? Amazing. And they do like every one of his hits all through this AI-generated soulful artist.
Yeah.
It's fucking incredible. I played in the green room. So people that are like, I don't want to hear AI music. I'm like, just listen to this. And they're like, God damn it. It's fucking incredible. I mean,
It's only gonna get better from here.
Hey, play What Up Gangsta. Pretty cool, right?
Him saying "What Up,
cool.
Gangsta" made me cringe inside. Like, ugh.
I think this is so funny. I love that they're talking about AI and like Joe Rogan brings this up and how he loves AI music, and even Elon's like, "You love AI music?
You do?"
Like, all right, let's talk about it. All right, I'm here to sell my bullshit, so I will talk about how AI music's good.
This is a grift. You know this is a grift, right?
Okay, you want to do that? Okay, you're going to be the guy who pretends to love AI music. Oh no, you really do love AI. Okay, all right, let's talk about AI
Have you
music.
guys heard some of it yet?
I've heard like little
not
covers and
interesting.
things. I'm sure they're like good quality. But I mean, we've talked about AI so much in AI art and how it's fake and not art. And I mean, even him describing it is like, so you took all the artists and what they've generated,
Right.
and put them together. So you took all of the artists, like the soulful people with souls who make art, and you like jammed them together to make this like the most soulful. Actually, if you combine all the voices, that's how art math works. Actually, you take all of them, you jam them together, and then you also he doesn't have to breathe. Like, it's inhuman how he, like, they don't even have to breathe to sing. Yeah, it's inhuman.
And yet it's so soulful. But that's what's so interesting, is to say, like, it's the most soulful, the thing that has literally no soul. It is impressive, or shocking, or terrifying is another word, to see what can be done. But singing its praises with no concept or acknowledgement of why those things that you just said, those things that he listed, are bad. Actually, it's bad. You're stealing other people's intellectual property and making, and the implications are terrifying. But yeah, he's really all in on this. He's talked about it a lot lately with many different guests, apparently.
That's really funny, because also, like, he's like, if this artist, like, he's doing a soul version of 50 Cent songs, you can find that. Humans do that too. And just like his claim, like, oh, if this guy was real. I love that he's talking about him like a guy. If this guy was real, it's not a guy. Stop saying if this guy was real. It's not a guy. It's like, if this guy was real, he'd be like the most famous guy in the world right now. That's not how music works anymore. Actually, sorry. I like, what are you talking about? Have you like been interested in a real artist in the past several years? Like, you can find people doing covers that are amazing of all kinds of songs. This isn't really novel. It's the novelty is the fact that AI generated it. It's not like, oh my God, this brand new thing, soul cover of 50 Cent.
And if it gets to a point where that's popular and that's all there is, like, sooner or later, you're going to run out of other people's art to steal, because there's going to be no art. You need artists to keep doing art so that it has something to steal and replicate.
Exactly. It's very bizarre watching this. I mean, obviously, all the things we've said, it's just very funny to me still, where he's like, I love AI music. Wait, are you serious? Like, I'm horrible, but I think it's shit.
I really like this kind of like indie electronic artist Grimes. Have you heard of her? Like, she's actually like really good.
Recently she's been kind of mean to me, so I don't
Maybe
really like her. But,
call me if she hears that I'm really into mostly her early work. But
she's one of my many mothers. Have you heard? I have many mothers. Anyway, I love, like, aside from all that stuff, Joe Rogan, what a fascinating specimen, because he's saying all this stuff, and it's like, Joe, I'm going to be generous here, you're an artist, aren't you? Like, don't you view yourself as that? Don't you view yourself as like a creator? We're the truth tellers. We're like the last stand. We're like, comedy is like, there's like only 50 of us that are like amazing. So you're an artist. So the value of like human beings making art, and you're sitting here like, eventually all music's going to be AI art, and all they talk about is what it's going to be. They talk about, oh, here's the state of AI art, here's the state of AI music, here, I listen to it all the time, here's what AI art is going to do and going to be and going to do to everybody. And there's not a single moment where Joe's like, good. Like, they don't ever get to the point of saying like, and it's actually bad that that's going to happen like that. It's bad that it's doing that to art. It's bad that, like, I'm obsessed with AI art, this bullshit. It's bad that there are going to be these devices that generate constant video for us to consume.
To be fair, I don't know. I haven't listened to this episode. There might be more conversation that goes along with this, but I doubt it. I choose
to not be fair. I will
I'm just
assume that he's not said that.
It might be, but he's very ideologically inconsistent and all over the place.
Guys.
He might say, like, oh yeah, it's crazy what's happened. It's a shame. Everyone's losing their jobs. AI's gonna fuck us all up. But man, I fucking love this music. He might waffle around it like that, but ultimately is ignoring the point that you said. Totally.
Yeah. That's the the secret sauce of this show. Like on the rest of that 60 Minutes interview, Trump seemed really smart, made a lot of sense. Elon and Joe, the rest of that 6 hours or however long it is, they were like really get into it intellectually.
Yeah.
I think Jonathan's being sarcastic.
We
you
gotta
just haven't
feed the
seen
content mill, and so we take everything out of context.
Yeah, it's very embarrassing for them. And there's this other clip, just the AI of it all, the pushing it and not questioning it is very weird. Because again, Joe, you're an artist. There's this other moment where they talk about the future of phones and AI, and Elon's like, "Oh yeah, well, pretty soon, in a couple of years, we won't have phones. We'll have other devices, and there will be no apps or websites. It'll just be an AI interacting with another AI on a server, and like it'll just be sort of AIs communicating with each other." And then Joe's like, "Okay, so there's not going to be any apps. So like, how are we going to email each other? And are we like, is X still gonna exist?" And Elon's just like, "Yeah, we're gonna, there'll be no more apps, and that'll be that." And then like, so he kind of answers it, and then Joe's like, "But what's the benefit of that?" And Elon's answer to what is the benefit of that is, well, it's just like your device will just be able to generate any sort of content you want to see. It'll just always be recommending things that you don't know you want to see, and it'll be generating the content for you. Okay, but what's the benefit of that? What's the benefit of your predicted future that we're all going to have these devices and it's just going to generate whatever you want to see all the time? What's the benefit of that? Some people have
jobs, you two dimwits.
Like,
some people
what
have
is the future you're trying to sell to us? You can just, anything you want to see, it'll just generate it for you. It'll tell you what you want to see. But what's the benefit of that? What's the benefit of a device that tells me what I want to see and generates anything I want to see at any moment?
Tech companies get to make more money. That's the benefit.
You could watch this podcast and it'll be like I'll be Batman, and Cody will be Luke Skywalker, and Katy will be, who do you want to be, Katy?
Who do you want to be?
Chewbacca.
Right, so it'll be Batman chatting with Skywalker and Chewbacca, talking about the news. You might want that.
Maybe.
Slop.
It's just like, I'm watching these clips.
Well, actually, I kind of want to be Joe March. Can I go in a different direction entirely?
From Little Women? Mm-hmm. That is a really different direction from Chewbacca.
Yeah. But I just wanted to mix it up. Not
for sure.
Star Wars characters. And why would Skywalker and Chewie? I don't know.
Oh, I'll be Chewie dressed as Batman. That'd be great.
We'll wrap this up. They're just having these conversations, and every moment I'm like, Joe, he's telling you to your face that your whole career is going away. He's telling you, well, actually, in like 2 to 5 years, we'll have devices that you can just say, I want to listen to a Joe Rogan episode where Joe Rogan interviews Albert Einstein, and they'll do that. And then that'll exist, and you don't have a thing to do anymore. You're going to be in your mansion listening to AI music because it's your favorite thing now.
Did J. Robert Oppenheimer really walk by you like that? Did you like remember that walking by sequence? Oh, yes, it was very interesting.
Pull that up, Jamie.
It had a great
Jamie,
impact on me. Yeah.
Jamie, pull up Oppenheimer. Jamie, pull up Oppenheimer, but like Muppets doing Oppenheimer.
Sorry.
Okay,
we like to end this show with Elon news so that these two boys can make each other laugh with their Elon voices. But unfortunately, we have to get this off to our editor to edit. So we're wrapping it up.
Voice,
we're wrapping it up.
Rogan.
And we love you very much.
Much.